We've got a bicycle wheel. This is chapter 10, number 32, and the bicycle wheel has a diameter of 67 centimeters. That means the radius is 33.5 centimeters, and let's convert that to meters, so that's 0.335 meters. And in this beautifully drawn bicycle wheel, we see that, we see it's beautifully drawn, and the mass is 1.1 kilograms. The question is, what's its moment of inertia? From there, we check out what the moment of inertia is for a mass that has this kind of shape. And they said to ignore the hub, and they asked why is it okay to ignore the inertia of the hub? And we'll get to that in a minute. So this is a thin hoop, and the formula for that, for the inertia of a hoop, is mr squared. Okay, so that's 1.1 kilograms, 0.335 meters squared. That comes to 0.1234475. The unit is kilogram meters squared. So insignificant figures, that's 0.12 kilogram meters squared. Why can we ignore the hub? Well, suppose we don't ignore the hub. The hub would be the hub, this part here, center, could be arguably spherical in nature. I chose to use a formula for a cylinder, and by choosing the moment of inertia, I'm assuming it has one moment. Okay, that meant the laundry was done, that beeping. So I'm assuming by choosing a moment of inertia of a cylinder, that makes it a bigger moment of inertia. So I'm just kind of overshooting here, just to show how we can still ignore the moment of inertia. So the moment of inertia for a cylinder is half mr squared. For a sphere, it's 2/5 mr squared, even smaller. All right, so suppose the radius of that hub is, I'll overshoot, I'll say it's 2 centimeters. It's probably that. So 2 centimeters is 0.02 meters. And again, it's crazy to consider the mass 1 kilogram, but I'll do that just to show that it still doesn't matter. It won't make much of a difference. So plugging that in, we get I equals 1/2 of 1 times, what is 1 kilogram, times 0.02 meters, and that comes to 0.0002 kilogram meter squared, and add that to the first inertial moment of inertia, we get 0.1236475, and that 6 there is outside of the significant figures zone, so it really doesn't make any difference. The moment of inertia is 0.12. Your reasoning would be that the radius is much too small, and since radius is squared, it's going to be a tiny, tiny number, making the mass and everything else a really tiny number. That's why the hub doesn't matter.